Moon Podcast Escalation!
Hello, everyone. My name is Jordan D. White.
My name is Chris Sims, and this is Sailor Business. It's the podcast where we sit down with a friend and watch every single episode of the classic 1992 Sailor Moon anime and talk about why it is that we love it so much. And friends, it's a new day. It's a new season. It's Sailor Moon Supers. And we've talked about this before. I've never seen this stuff. The furthest I ever got watching it when I was younger is R. So all of S was new to me, and all of Supers is new to me, and I can tell you from this one episode that it's bananas. I love it. Today, we are going to be watching Meeting of Destiny, The Night Pegasus Dances. Episode 128 of Sailor Moon, the first episode of Sailor Moon Supers. And to help us out with that, we've got a very special guest. That's right, back once again with the ill behavior. It's Sailor Business All-Star Shannon Maynor. Shannon, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm having a Coca-Cola.
That's cool.
Jordan?
I'm having a Coca-Cola Zero Sugar.
Now I feel left out. I'm not having a Coke.
Well, I got these because they have Santa Clauses and snowflakes on the packaging. And it's Christmas times. So, once again, it's our Christmas episode of Sailor Business.
Yeah, more than one.
Don't start it again. Don't start it again.
Don't start what again?
The fight.
Don't start my Christmas cheer?
No. Oh, Jesus.
Would you rather have this or the Jordan soundboard?
I don't know.
Okay, fine. So, Shannon.
Yeah.
We've been through your history with Sailor Moon. We've been through your history with Sailor Moon S. You have no recent Sailor Moon developments in your life.
Nope.
But presumably, you know a little more about Supers than I do.
I do.
And probably more than Jordan.
What does that mean?
Shannon's read the manga.
Oh, okay. You said it weird.
Jordan doesn't know anything, Shannon, but you do.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, well, that's on you, buddy.
Can you confirm that it's definitely Supers?
I don't know. I've always said it both, where it's like Super S and then Supers, so I just kind of go back and forth. If you do both, you can't be wrong.
That's true.
In the eye catch of this show, when we go into the act break, they say Supers.
Yeah.
But yes, they say it a little weirder than that, but yes.
No, I mean, hang on, I'm watching it right now. I do not have this eye catch music, unfortunately. If anybody has this eye catch, send it to me.
Of course. How can you not?
I mean, I just don't have it, Jordan. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh, this is actually one of my least favorite seasons, so I don't talk about it a lot. So
Is it really?
yeah.
Because I can tell you, I loved this episode. I'll tell you straight up right now.
This is a really good episode. It doesn't stay that way.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Well, that's harrowing. This isn't going to be a Sailor Moon R situation where we're all excited and then it was like a death march.
I'd say it's at least consistent, but a lot of the stuff that it's inconsistent about, I don't like.
It's also
Okay.
shorter than Sailor Moon R, so
Yeah.
Yes.
got that going for
The
it.
seasons keep getting shorter. I mean, we've still got, what is it, 170 episodes to go through?
Thereabouts, yep. 70.
So we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah, no, I didn't say we're going away.
Yeah. But I mean, the seasons keep getting shorter.
It just feels that way because you're older. No, sorry.
Seasons pass slowly, but years go flying by.
I think it's more season 1 was just really long.
Yeah, and so was season 2.
Yeah, season 2 was so long it was 2 seasons.
I mean, I think the first 2 seasons are like 40 episodes each or something, and then from there it gets a little bit shorter.
Yeah. So,
Although no, wait,
so
even season 3 must have been about 40 episodes too, because we're 127 episodes in, and 3 seasons have passed. So obviously, about 40 episodes per season.
yeah, season 1 was 48 episodes. Season 2 was 43.
What about 3?
Season 3, I believe, is 38 episodes. So, well, this season's actually 1 episode longer. This is 39.
What?
So,
Okay,
yeah,
well, then never mind.
it just feels short
We're
because
crazy.
it's so weird. So I guess, Shannon, without spoiling anything, is there anything we need to look out for coming up?
I will say one of my favorite things about this season is how it looks. This season looks fantastic. They kind of changed the like quote unquote house art style to be like a bit more 90s, and that stays consistent between supers and stars. And when the show is on model to that new style, it looks fantastic.
Cool.
All right, well that's good to know. So, do you guys just want to get into it? Do we have any Sailor business?
No, man, let's do this.
Okay, because we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
I agree. Let's make it happen.
That's right, everybody. We're starting in with Sailor Moon Supers, episode 128, Meeting of Destiny, The Night Pegasus Dances, directed by our guy, Kunihiko Ikuhara, written by Yoji Inokido, animation director Katsumi Tamagai. Originally aired March 4th, 1995, 1 month after the last episode of Sailor Moon. So they took about 3 weeks off between seasons just to make everything weird.
Well, it shows because this episode looks fantastic.
So Jordan.
Yes.
I accidentally looked at what the English title was because I've been looking up all the information so I can say it. But that happened about, how long have we been recording? It was right before we started. So happened about 8 minutes ago.
Uh-huh.
I do not remember what it
You're
was.
kidding
It is not a
me.
good title.
You're kidding
I
me.
literally, is it something Dream Destiny?
Well,
I
it
literally
has the
don't
word
remember.
dream in it. Dream.
It has the word dream.
Come on. You could do it. I believe in you. This is not the worst episode title that they could have named this. They've done way worse.
I think I've got it. I think I remember.
Okay.
Is it Friday the 13th, Part 3, Dream Warriors?
Oh, I am disgusted with you because you're conflating Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th.
Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. That's
I
right.
am
You
disgusted
got it.
with you.
I thought you were doing that on purpose to make him mad.
You know what? That's a pretty good.
Don't write in.
No, come on. You could do this. You could do this. You could do this. Come on. Because, okay, Chris.
Horse Dreams. I don't remember.
No, what's special about this horse, Chris?
Pegasus? It's a Pegasus?
Meaning it can.
Dream wings?
Meaning it can.
Flying dreams?
Say that in a way that makes a little more sense.
Dreams of flying?
You're so close.
Dream flies? I literally don't remember.
And you just saw it.
Is it Dreams Take Flight?
It is Dreams Take Flight. Did you really not know? And you just guessed that?
Oh yeah, never watched the dub for this.
So now, listen. Let me make an admission. I didn't watch the dub, the old dub, and I am really acting sorry. And here's why. You will agree that I should be shamed for this. I actually have the legit, for real DVDs of this season for the old dub.
Do you really?
Yeah. Someone gave them to me once. They found them in a random used DVD store and were like, "Oh, Jordan would like this," and gave them to me. So I'm sorry, and I will watch them from now on. But yeah, I've got the actual for real DVDs of this.
Well, Jordan, why did you we didn't talk about the dub of the last episode either.
I haven't watched the dubs in a while.
Was there one?
Yeah, of course there was. I haven't watched them.
Jordan.
Chris, how's the manga
As
going?
someone who promised to read the manga,
Exactly.
I'm sure you have the manga too.
Oh yeah, but I never said I was going to read it for the show.
We both have full sets.
That's, you know what, but I wouldn't want to rob the listener of the joy of learning about the manga from our guests.
Cool, we picked a good guest for that.
Absolutely. Pegasus is in this, as we said, because dreams take flight.
Right. So we open. Speaking of dreams.
No. Actually, wait. Before we can't talk about when we open.
Okay.
There's a whole big thing we need to talk about before we talk about where the show
we
opens.
have a new opening sequence.
Yep.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yeah. Some of it. I don't love all of it.
Okay. Here's what I wrote down.
Please.
This intro. Horse, naked senshi, baby cat, so much horse. This She-Ra looking horse is everywhere on this show.
Yeah, the only thing I actually wrote for the opening was naked opening and Tux can fly.
There is so much horse. Okay, not only in the intro, this horse is in the eye catch. This horse is on the title screen. there's so much of this horse. I hope I like this horse because you're gonna be seeing a lot of them.
I just listen. I'm gonna let it go from now on. I'm gonna roll with it in the way that I'm not gonna do the monkeys are apes. They're not monkeys. They're apes thing. But I do want to just once point out it's not a horse. It's actually not even just a Pegasus. It's a fucking unicorn Pegasus.
The proper name for that is an alicorn.
Oh,
but
excellent.
It's a horse.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's a horse. It's a horse.
Here's my impression of Jordan. Unicorns are real. So I can call it a horse if I want to.
Wait, what did you say? Unicorns what?
Aren't real?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you said they were real. I was like, I would never say that.
Because Jordan, you're the product of a cynical age.
Chris, even if unicorns were real, I wouldn't know because I'm not a virgin.
Shannon, can you do the rest of the show by yourself? Because I'm done, I think.
So
Shannon, you were one kid and won't stop bragging.
Shannon, you were going to say something that probably was much more valuable than anything we were about to say.
I was just going to say, while we're talking about the horse, what is the driving force to why I don't like this season is
the driving horse force?
Yes. The driving horsepower is that I don't like Pegasus.
Oh, okay.
I don't even like this arc in the manga because I don't like Pegasus.
Listen, sometimes you just got to get on your own horse and find a prince.
Can you guys please stop running roughshod on this podcast for a minute?
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning of the episode. So it starts with us with the camera emerging from brambles.
Yeah, we're talking about the intro. Yes. Yeah. So we see the camera emerging from brambles. There is a horse surrounded by naked teens.
Yes, they are doing the Senshi have fully embraced the pagan lifestyle and are doing a naked pagan ritual around this Pegasus.
Yes. Then they start flying at the camera, and by the time they get close, they are wearing their uniforms. Did this intro happen in the American version?
No, I don't think the American intro never changes. It's always the exact same intro.
It's always just the first.
Yeah.
Fighting evil by moonlight. It's always just that?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Because I do really like the way this intro looks. Like there's the cool constellation stuff in the background for a little bit. Then what are these guys? Is it the Black Moon Circus?
I don't think they say the name.
They don't say it in this episode, but I've heard people talk about them before.
I don't remember.
Yeah, all the scouts are running on a checkered, a yellow and red checker.
Yeah, they're in the bonus stage from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah, the
Dead Moon Circus is what they are.
Circus, yeah, you're right. Dead Moon Circus. And then as Chris pointed out, you see Artemis and Luna snuggling, which is already like, wait, what?
That's new.
And then all of a sudden, a little gray kitten lands on their heads. That's how babies are born.
I'm sorry, a little what kitten?
Gray.
Yeah,
like a light gray one. As in black and white equals gray. Black plus white equals gray.
Jordan.
That cat is purple as hell.
That cat is purple as fuck.
No.
That cat wrote the hit song 1999. That's how purple that cat is.
No. What is this cat? Okay, Chris, plug your ears. What is the cat's name so I can look her up again?
Diana.
Okay, you can unplug your ears now.
I didn't plug my ears.
I know.
It's so purple.
No, dude, that cat is gray. As in a white cat and a black cat had sex and their cat offspring is gray. Honestly,
it's
I'm not
like a white cat and a dark purple cat, but whatever. Anyway,
I'm not.
on.
No, guys. I'm not fucking with you guys. Like, are you serious? Like, you really feel like this cat is? Look at that. Click on the thing. I just did a Google image search. That's all I did. But that's gray. That's light gray.
The merchandise looks gray, but the cat looks very looks pretty purple to me.
It's like a lilac color.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure they mean it to be a gray, but they stylize it to look more purple, so it's more interesting.
Well, kind of like with Luna, where Luna's a black cat, but all the merch is purple. But like, I think she's actually gray.
Look at the picture I just sent. That is a purple cat.
Let's see.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think she's supposed to be gray, but she is very lavender.
Yeah, I mean, but yes, the picture you sent, yes, but like in the picture you sent, everything is kind of toned. Like Artemis looks vaguely pinkish in that. Like, I think there's like lighting going on in that, but I think she's a gray cat.
All right, so no, I think Shannon and I both say purple. Look, I think you're right that the intent is gray, but death of the author, Jordan.
Well, I know, but I'm not the author.
She's gray and crystal, but she is definitely purple in the 90s.
Here's what I will say. Like, the places where there's shadows on her, the shadow is kind of tinted a bit. So like the shadow makes her look a little bit more purple for sure. But like the places where it's just her in light, it looks like it's just gray to me.
Right in. Vote. Put a poll up. Put a poll up.
No, I'm not going to put a poll up.
Yeah, because Sexy Chandelier didn't work out for you, did it?
I didn't. I was very disappointed in that.
So we cut from that to Chibi waving around her horse bell. Which I'm pretty excited to see that thing.
Wait, let me see. What?
Oh, yeah, I love that weapon.
No. Wait, also, you skipped the bad guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I said we see the Dead Moon Circus.
Oh, okay. I missed that. And when you skipped Tuxedo Mask fucking outright Superman flying.
Yeah, we see Mum-Ra, and then we see Tuxedo Mask flying.
Now there's a bell. Yeah, okay. I see the bell now.
Then the horse bell, and then a new sword.
Hold on, I haven't gotten
That's my favorite weapon.
Oh yeah. It's like a weird.
This thing looks rad.
Wand or something. Yeah, it's so strange.
As much as I don't like this season, it's my favorite weapon and it's my favorite brooch.
There's a lot of reverse snow. Well, it's like snow, but it's falling upwards. I mean,
yes, that's true because they're in the upside down.
Oh, is that what's happening? Okay.
Well, there's actually a lot. Like I made this joke to Aiden watching it last night. Like there's a lot of weird things where there's just like snow like floating upward. And it legit looks like a much more pastel version of the upside down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what's the wand called, Shannon?
The Moon Kaleidoscope Wand.
Okay, it is
Moon
a wand.
Kaleidoscope Wand.
Yeah.
All right.
Because if you look through it and you twist it,
the kaleidoscope part never really comes into play in the anime, but in the manga, she like gets bought a kaleidoscope and then it turns into the weapon.
Okay. Here's the thing I wanted to say too about the end screen where where they're all standing together. It looks a little bit more like the manga, not fully, but like the art kind of just is like let's click it one notch over towards.
Every season they add a little bit more leg.
Yes, exactly. Basically, yes.
Well, also Usagi's got like when we see her, she's in Super Sailor Moon form, so she's got a lot of the little extra touches that you see in the manga, like the little feathers on her eyebrows and the extra big bow.
Those are not her eyebrows.
I don't know what those are supposed to be.
They're like little barrettes.
Yeah,
okay.
No, listen, I'm with you. They're weird and I don't know what they're supposed to be, but they're not on her eyebrows in any sense.
Oh, I like her little barrettes. I'm always sad when they take them out.
I don't dislike them. I just think they're weird.
They are.
All right, so new opening sequence, pretty great.
Yes.
I'm very pro of that.
Done.
The episode proper begins with Shine Aqua Illusion. Don't think you can just drop that in there and we won't notice.
Wait, what?
There's a bit where we see the water drop, like the water droplet on the black screen, and it makes the ripples. It's 100% like the first part of Shine Aqua Illusion. They've recycled the animation.
Look, they're making a career out of that, so
I'm just like, look, I don't mind recycled animation. Just don't act like we're not going to notice. That's Shine Aqua Illusion.
No, that's the forest weeping.
Oh, right. Sorry, it's the Crystal Forest weeping. You're right.
Yeah.
We get the Crystal Forest weeping. We get God, I guess, because it's a glowing golden light in the heavens speaking.
I guess so. No, I don't know. It is a light in the sky speaking to someone. Except that, then it looks even more like God because it's like a weird cloud with light bursting out of it.
I like how you say, yeah, this looks even more like God now because we all know what that is. Like, yeah, we all agree, right?
It reminds me of weird.
It's a cloud with lights in it.
It reminds me of like the weird imagery you get in the Bible of like burning bushes and then
strobe lights.
Yeah, all the weird stuff from Revelations of very, very weird looking stuff.
I see God in this rape night.
Yes, but then emerging from the cloud, it was really just Pegasus galloping through the sky in a smoke for some reason.
In a smoke.
The Pegasus' name is Pegasus.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one from Mythology? No. I feel like they also you mentioned recycling animation. I feel like, is it me or did this episode also feature more than usual still imagery, just like paused? I felt like there was many scenes that were just like which is how this sequence ends. He does he rears back in the light and then it's just like freeze frame.
Here's what I think is weird. The Pegasus is drawn in the shape of a realistic horse.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is weird because the human beings are anime characters. And I don't know what an anime horse looks like, but it's very weird to see anime characters interacting with a realistically drawn horse.
Well, I mean, why is that weird? Like the cars and the motorcycles and the houses and everything else are totally normal looking.
Well, that's weird too.
Do you want the horse to have big anime eyes?
Kinda.
Should it have 8 feet of legs too?
Well, yes. Totally. The thing I wrote down was that it's a She-Ra looking horse, and I think the reason I wrote that is because, She-Ra's horse looks like it goes with She-Ra. This horse also looks like it goes with She-Ra.
All right. I just Googled anime horse to see if there's anything that looks...
Oh, that's
did
bad
you find
news,
the
bro.
horse boyfriend romance game?
Oh, that thing's great.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I don't want to Google that.
Oh, it's delightful.
I'm not really most of everything I'm seeing, except for when they anthropomorphize the horses into people, they all just look like regular horses. It seems like generally in anime, they just draw horses like horses. Here's some Equestria girls. That is not what I was looking for.
Look, if you want to hear about that, I've got a whole other podcast series where we deal with that stuff. So yeah, lots of still pictures with various light effects. We see Chibi waking from a sleep where she has been dreaming about this horse god.
Hey, here's a new development.
Mm-hmm.
She has a room.
She has a room that looks like the attic.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sleeps in the attic now, but that's new. She used to sleep in Usagi's bed with her every night, if you remember.
Was that every night?
Which was also a little weird. Every time we ever saw her
I
sleeping,
guess that's true.
and she would pee in it.
Yep, I do remember that. That I remember.
But no, now she's got her own setup. I guess they were like, if you're gonna stay indefinitely, can I have my bed back? I'm gonna try to, get frisky with Darian at some point.
Get frisky.
I need to be warmed up from last
Oh,
episode, is what I'm saying.
And it does make sense that they would put her in the attic because, this household only has 2 kids. It wouldn't make sense for them to have, an extra guest bedroom.
Right.
No, come on. Tokyo is known for its large and spacious homes.
You're right. They definitely have extra space.
I mean, they already have a very big home for Tokyo.
Really
You're
big.
right. Good point.
So Chibi is asleep. She's dreaming about running down the street.
In her ridiculous
In her
pajamas.
weird, PJs with the you're a cabbage collar.
Aw. They look so cute on her, though.
What is that? Is that let me see if pajama collar.
She runs into the pastel upside down.
Wait, is Pegasus a Demogorgon?
I don't know. You would know more than I do, Shannon. And sees this horse that also has a jewel on its forehead, which is always a good sign. Because they've never...
It's an infinity stone.
What? Oh, okay. They've never had any trouble with people with jewels on their foreheads, ever. It's
Nope.
always been a sign of friendliness.
Can we talk about his horn too? Because his horn is not. It looks more like a piece of shrapnel that has been embedded in his brain than it does
looks
like an animal
dangerous.
horn. Yeah, it looks like a metallic shard has been shoved into his head.
So Chibi explodes. And her pajamas turn into her princess dress. The standard issue moon princess dress that all of them wear.
Yeah.
And then she is woken up inside.
No wings.
Can't wake up.
No.
By Big Sister Usagi. And we get what I thought was a very Usagi's like, yeah, come on, we gotta go, and starts helping Chibi get dressed, and we get a wipe of the pajamas coming off and changing the scene, which I thought
I really like that.
It was adorably funny, but it was also wait, no, don't. Okay, so thank God.
So it's a big day in Tokyo because there's going to be.
Is it Christmas Day?
Yeah, sure. It could be. Nothing says it's not.
You're right. There's no evidence that it is not Christmas Day.
Every movie is a Christmas movie until proven otherwise.
Right. Yeah, you have to prove you're not a Christmas movie. That's right. I forgot.
If a date is not given,
Assume it's December 25th.
assume
Okay.
it's Christmas.
I mean,
Yeah.
people are wearing very little clothing for it. Jupiter's legs are all the way out, like very long, as
I
always.
Oh, her outfit. That's my favorite outfit of hers.
It's a good
I
one.
grew up in South Carolina.
Oh, that's true.
We have had some warm Christmases before.
What is the actually, that's a good question. I don't know what the climate is like. No, it gets cold there in winter, doesn't it? In Tokyo?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's find out what the temperature is right now. What is the temperature?
I mean, this would be February. So
no, we were just saying it was Christmas a minute ago.
okay. Okay. Fine. Hold me to my bit, because nothing makes a bit funnier than like researching it and supporting it with factual evidence.
So as of today, listen, behind the scenes, guys, it's Darian's, my baby Darian's 2-month birthday. It's December 3rd. As of today in Tokyo, it is 45 degrees.
yeah, you know,
So
if you're tough, you can wear shorts.
Yeah, that's not that cold. But it's, it's chilly.
But it's a very special day,
Yes.
is what I was trying to say 20 minutes ago. It is the day of a total solar eclipse, which, according to Ami, I think Ami's the one who says it, happens only once every few centuries.
No, Mina says that, thankfully.
Is Mina okay? Is that Mina?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's wrong about everything, as always.
Yes, that is incorrect.
I mean, no, it's possible that she means from where we are.
In Japan.
Yeah.
Like a relatively small area compared to the rest of the earth.
You saw you went to the right viewing place for the recent solar eclipse, right?
Yes. And you know what? This is exactly what happened. But yeah, the Columbia, South Carolina was in the path of the eclipse, and I saw a bunch of people making Dead Moon Circus jokes, which is very nice.
Oh, nice.
I think I definitely made one.
But I got to see the eclipse like in the totality from the rooftop of a 10-story building.
Nice.
Cool.
Downtown Columbia.
We're a little closer to it. It's good.
And I will say, it was amazing. First of all,
Sure.
First, amazing. Second, a evil space circus did not appear, but there was a group of local witches doing magic on the State House lawn that was pretty great.
Are you really?
in order to cast spells that would cause the collapse of capitalism.
Nice?
That's amazing.
Which again, pretty close.
Did a little plant in a coffee cup beam down at least?
Oh, I wish.
I wish. There's going to be a solar eclipse. Everybody's gathered on the hill. Everybody's having a good time. And not only are the Senshi and Mamoru there.
Wait. I'm sorry. No, you got to talk about because there's so much fun in this. The adorable way that Usagi explains the eclipse to Chibi, and you get this great visual of the cartoon sun in the sky, and then she says it gets covered by the moon, and they like literally lower a curtain like it's a play that has stars drawn on and a little moon held onto it. It's just so adorable and awesome.
And then Usagi pretends to be a ghost.
Yeah.
for a hot minute.
Because during the eclipse, it's a very scary and spooky time.
Yeah, I do like when they're just like, oh, well, that's fake. Don't listen to Usagi. And Usagi's just like, that's what I think's real, though.
That's fake?
And I'm like, oh, no.
So they're like, don't try to trick her. And she's like, what? What do you mean?
Yeah, but they're not there alone. It's not just Usagi. But by the way, I'm pretty sure the cats talk in this scene. They're in a huge crowd.
Oh, I'll have to look. I forgot to even notice
I'm
that.
pretty sure they do.
They make an amazing expression.
I don't think that's the cat. That might be Ray, actually. It's a little hard to tell. But they're not alone, because this is not sailor business. This is just a fun time to hang out with your friends. So for the first time in a while, we see our boy Motoki.
Yep, and his sister.
Yeah.
Motoki's sister, whose name I do not remember.
Me neither.
We should
let's
probably
see.
look it up. Yeah, I mean,
Girl Fukuhara, I think is her name.
I also will say something else I really like about this art style that was really noticeable in this scene. All the characters have unique eyes now, and I just really like it.
what? What do you mean?
Yeah, everyone has unique eyes. Like, if you look at Rei and Usagi when they're talking to each other, Rei has different eyes than Usagi. Like, they're making the characters look more unique.
Okay.
Unazuki Furuhata is his sister's name. So they're there with Motoki and Unazuki, just having a good time. And Unazuki starts poking a little fun at Chibi because she had a dream. She had a fateful encounter in her dreams with a unicorn.
She's asking about whether she gets down, right? She's asking if she fucks.
No, she's basically being like, "Oh, are you embarrassed because you like a boy?"
Okay, see, I thought fateful encounter was a euphemism. Have you had that, fateful encounter yet?
Yeah, that one's on you, buddy.
Okay, listen.
No, she's a child. It's have you met someone?
Listen, I'm happy to be wrong. But because then they start talking about, like, disappointing your parents if you...
Yeah, because they're just joking. They're like, "Oh, like, you're growing up. You're going to start dating and disappointing your parents." And they're just, like, embarrassing a little kid.
Okay.
They're not talking about sex.
I thought they were talking about sex.
Yikes!
Again, Jord, that's on you.
Listen, I'm sorry. To change the subject, Mamo and Ray are doing their matching outfit thing again.
She's asking if she gets down. Oh my god.
That's what I thought she was saying. But as I said, Mamo and Ray are wearing their matching outfits.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
Well, do you want to talk about Memory's outfit? Because it's terrible. He looks like he's... You remember, like it's like Theo's cool shirt in that episode of The Cosby Show?
Oh god.
No, I don't think I saw that one.
It's a very funny reference. Everyone's laughing right now. The eclipse happens. Everybody's looking at it through their cool, like little squares of Wolder's goggles, which is very fun. And everybody's like, "Whoa, the eclipse is so cool!"
Wait, hold on. We left out an important part about the end of that conversation, which is after they ask Chibi if she gets down, Motoki goes,
"God, yeah."
Motoki goes, "Sister, aren't you talking about yourself? Because you've got a guy that you are the one crushing on," and that comes back up later.
Okay, cool. Glad we had to make sure to specify that. So the eclipse happens.
It comes back up later. It's a plot point.
Mm-hmm. So the eclipse happens, and everything's dark, except that there's like suddenly a gathering of clouds and like some lightning flashes, which nobody notices.
Nope.
And they even say later, they're like, "Hey, don't worry, nobody noticed."
Someone just they very loudly entered the room and were shocked when no one turned around to look at them.
Yeah. So I kind of love the design of this thing. It's a circus tent spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like a weird thing, like a weird like tower coming from the bottom of it. It's really cool.
Which came first, this or Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Probably Killer Clowns from Outer Space, right?
Well, we know literally the exact date of this show airing. So...
Yeah, but it's also from the manga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah.
88. So I think Killer Clowns came first then.
I will say once we get inside there, what my notes say, it gets Kuno Iko Ikara as hell, because it just looks like a crazy episode of Utena in there, and I love all of it.
Yeah, and it's not very much like the manga, right? Like my wife was definitely sitting there going like, this is not what the manga was like. Oh yeah,
this is 100% different from the manga.
Yeah, I love these interior shots. Because no one notices this thing dropping out of the sky, but it does just set up in Tokyo and looks very much like a spaceship, and everybody's like, "Oh, cool, a circus tent."
Yeah, the only one who notices is Usagi, and even she barely notices. She's just like, "Oh, look at that." Anyway,
we start seeing a bunch of circus weirdos. We've got a guy on a unicycle. Then we've got a bunch of are these masks? What are these?
I don't know, but I love all of it.
Yeah, I love these three things that show up because they're like, these people are dogs raising their children to be monkeys, which I think is great.
It's very creepy and weird.
Yeah, I love all these creepy ass clowns.
Yeah, they don't realize that they're dogs. They're raising children to be monkeys. This place is full of dogs and monkeys. And then there's just a bunch of weird, creepy circus stuff happening.
I am here for it.
There's a guy with diamonds all over himself. There's a weird ballerina bear head monster. There's a guy with
she's my favorite.
Super long legs who can juggle and spit fire.
There's acrobats balancing on each other's heads. There's a weird clock that's just in the background at one point. An inflatable clown. And the thing is, I don't know what, if any of these guys are going to be important or significant, because there's like 24 of them, all individually designed, being weird as hell.
But the answer is none, right? Like, they don't ever appear again, right?
I'm trying to remember, like, all the Lemurists or whatever they're called this season are vaguely circus themed, and some of them do get very weird and creepy, like this episode. But I can't remember if any of these guys show back up.
So then there's a giant green elephant statue. And from that emerges Mum-Ra the Ever-Living.
I love her.
Is that like some sort of like? Is that supposed to mean something? The green elephant, like, is that supposed to represent something that we understand, or is it just weird?
I mean, I just assumed that it was because elephants are in the circus.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all that it is.
So who is this guy, Shannon?
This is actually a woman. It's Zarconia.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because when the Amazon trio shows up, they call her Madam Zircon, right?
Yeah.
Well, I definitely saw them call her Zirconia, but for some reason it didn't dawn on me that means it's a lady.
Yeah.
Also, her dress has like a face.
Yep.
Which is real weird. And her staff has a giant eyeball with wings that is on fire, which is also pretty awesome.
No, that's some biblical shit.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, that is a winged flaming eyeball.
I really like her just for the fact that, like, there's finally, like, an ugly old woman instead of everyone having to be hot, and, like, it doesn't bother her. She's like, yeah, whatever, this is me. I have shit to do.
So she summons the Amazon trio, so we get Tiger's Eye, Fish Eye, and Hawk's Eye.
Yes.
Tiger's Eye, Fish Eye, and Hawkeye from the Avengers.
Yes. Played by Jeremy Renner.
Played by Lumpy Potato Jeremy Renner.
Oh, poor Jeremy Renner. Oh.
I mean, look, I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong, but still.
Can you imagine Jeremy Renner in this outfit? It'd be pretty funny.
Well, here's the thing. He's wearing Hawkeye colors. He's dressed in purple.
But Hawkeye doesn't usually wear a miniskirt.
You say that like it hasn't 1,000,000% happened.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a few outfits.
It wasn't a miniskirt. It was like a old school tunic.
Sure.
Anyway, so my point actually being that Hawkeye is really wearing a skirt. Like, that's not even like a little bit.
Hey, here's my question for you, Jordan.
Yes.
When Clint Barton,
Oh God, okay,
Hawkeye,
yes.
when he was Giant Man for a little bit.
Oh, did he wear a skirt?
Why didn't he
then?
use like a giant bow and arrow that shot telephone poles?
That shit is amazing. That's a great idea.
Wouldn't that like I mean,
Was he Giant Man or Goliath? I forget.
He was Goliath, I think.
Yeah. Still, that's a great idea. Also, hey, he's from the circus too. So maybe this is the same character.
From the circus. This is like Marvel Mangaverse Hawkeye.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. So
become Goliath because he was like he got bad at shooting arrows, right? Like he's still really good at shooting arrows.
presumably he was.
And he just decided one day to stop being Goliath and go back to being Hawkeye.
Yeah. So these okay, now let's talk about them for a second. Again, maybe all of this will become clear as we go forward. But right now, these villains, who I think are great, I'm way into them, are such a mismatch.
I love that. Okay, yeah, let's start with Tiger's Eye.
Well, there's such a mishmash of stuff that doesn't, like, I'm like, what does that have to do with that? And the answer is always nothing. They're called the Amazon Trio. Okay, so are they named after things in the Amazon? No. Do they dress like things? Do they have anything to do with the Amazon? No. Are they Amazons? No. Okay.
I'm gonna have a slight answer.
Sure. What do you got there?
In the manga, they are transformed from animals.
Okay.
Like she gets animals from the circus and turns them into the Amazon trio. So I just imagine like the whole Amazon bit's supposed to be like, well, they used to be animals.
And all animals are from the Amazon. Okay.
And it just sounded cool.
So it's because Amazon sounds like animal?
I don't know, it just sounds like wild and it's like a jungle and they're animals. One of them's a literal tiger.
It's because
hang on. I'm still grappling with this.
I don't know if actually use that in the anime, but in the manga, she like grabs a tiger and turns it into a human.
I feel like they might be still the case.
Wait. She was like, "Hey, I'm going to take a tiger, a very scary predatory animal, and turn it into a dude.
Yes.
And he's going to be Tiger's Eye.
Yep.
And I'm going to take a hawk, a hunting bird that can fly silently, and with powerful talons, and turn that into a dude. And then I'm just going to get a fish."
Yep.
Yes, a fish, okay.
Turn them into a trio of creeps.
So they also all have 2 little color marks on their faces, which is interesting, but I'm like, I don't know what that represents or means or is, but it's just a thing they all have. And then again, there's what they do, which I look forward to talking about when we get to the next scene they appear in, because it's amazing. So they all just show up, and I guess they're all kind of acrobat-y a little bit, right?
Well,
like, 'cause they're all
so Tiger's Eye looks like he could be like a circus performer. Like he looks like Kraven the Hunter, basically. Like different, animal patterns, headband, elf ears, whatever. Hawk's Eye looks like a Cirque du Soleil dude. He's got like, the big pointy purple hair and the mini skirt and everything.
Well, I see, that's the thing. I think he. Well, okay, go ahead, keep going.
Well, then Fisheye is just wearing like a full body bubble goose.
She's like the Michelin Man.
Yeah, yes. She's wearing like a full body, like puffy vest.
I think Fisheye is supposed to be a dude, if I remember correctly.
No, really?
I think there's a whole thing where, at least I think so. It's either like, I think it's a man that will later dress as a woman a lot, but he'll still, like, in Japanese call himself Boku.
Let me look.
I might be misremembering. I do remember in
holy shit, you're right.
Yeah, in one of the musicals, it's a big deal where they're just like, "You act all feminine. Are you a man?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm a man who likes men. Get over it. Who cares?"
Yeah, I'm all the wikis just absolutely straight up are like, yeah, he and his. I just never would have guessed that.
Yeah, like I'm like batting 500 with gender in this episode, and I apologize for that. But like, his voice actor's a woman, right?
I don't know, actually.
I think. Listen, I think I don't think this is. I don't think this is on us. In that, I don't think that you're supposed to know immediately that this is a man.
Nope.
Yeah.
I am looking at a picture of Akira Ishida right now, and he is a gentleman. So that's, again, look, I think we've all learned a lesson about making assumptions right now.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something that Fisheye plays with, and Fisheye is my favorite of the Amazon trio because he's the most interesting. I don't like Tiger's Eye at all, and I'll talk about that later in this episode.
All right. So we get these 3 dudes, and they're... I like how you said they're animals who have been turned into 3 creeps. That is accurate.
Yep.
But what Madame Zirconia wants is for them to go find beautiful dreams. So we have gone from pure hearts, which are the very literalized version of an abstract concept, to just a concept.
Well, we went energy, and then what did they want? And then crystal points, which was like,
yeah, we went from energy to crystal points to pure hearts to beautiful dreams.
Well, don't they say that Pegasus is hiding in people's dreams?
Well, I don't think they've officially said they're looking for Pegasus yet, but
I didn't know they were looking for Pegasus.
Spoiler.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Look, there's only so much they could be looking for.
They're saying we're looking for this person who went there, and he's hiding in someone's beautiful dreams. So you need to find someone. Guys, there's only a handful of people who have beautiful dreams. Only a handful in the entire fucking world. So this shouldn't be that hard because he's hiding in one of those beautiful dreams. Okay?
You definitely find people's dreams by looking at headshots at them and just judging them very accordingly.
I really love that scene. Because when Madame Zirconia is like, "Hey, I need you to go find beautiful dreams," Fisheye goes, "We need to go find beautiful dreams?" And Madame Zirconia is like, "Yep, no further explanation. Go get to work."
There are as many humans as there are stars in the sky, but there's only a handful of people with beautiful dreams.
Not true. Very untrue. And that, weirdly enough, is where we get our act break.
Oh.
The supers stands for super so much horse.
That doesn't really make as much sense this season.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I'll have to get a new joke.
Right away. Okay. It's been a while since we were in season 1, but we talk about season 1 all the time. And one of the reasons is because I love obsessing over what the Dark Kingdom is like as a workplace. This episode actually starts showing us what the Dead Moon Circus is like, because from there we cut to a bar.
Yes.
The Amazon trio are like sitting around at a bar, drinking and looking at all these pictures, trying to figure out who has beautiful dreams. I love this.
This weird jazz bar that they hang out in. It's so amazing and hilarious. I love it. I love that that's where they go to do their jobs. Like, it's not even like, oh, we're done for the day. This is like them going, let's get started to the bar.
And I really like that Tiger's Eye is like, yeah, I just picked a bunch of cute girls.
Yep. And they keep giving him shit for it. And he's like, I don't care. Let's go after this one. She's real cute. Although she's still way too young. That's not good.
Oh yeah, this is all very concerning.
Yes, my wife was like, this is really disturbing and gross and predatory.
And when you say, and this is all very concerning, by this you mean the television show Sailor Moon.
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah, specifically this one. Also, I love another thing about the bar. I love that like weird illegible logo.
Yeah, I love that thing. The weird neon like eyeball.
Yeah. And like that looks kind of like it says something, except it's like, what is that? No, it says nothing. It's like scribbles.
Well, I was trying to think, is it the eyeball but with fire, but the fire is underneath maybe? I don't know. I think it's just weird. So it turns out the girl is Inazuki. They're going to be going after.
Oh no.
Because coincidence is the gasoline that drives the engine of the show.
She's going to have a fateful encounter.
Ugh.
She is. So we cut from there to Fruit Parlor Crown, which is the dessert restaurant, I guess, where Unazuki works.
That Andrew's parents own.
Yeah, because the Fruit Hata family, they got the property on lock in Juban.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, that's so again, we did an episode recently about fan theories. That's one that I'm like, I just accept that now that they own the arcade and the little cafe here.
Yeah, the Motoki's family is rich.
Yes.
So they Usagi and Chibiusa are there, and they're kind of like trying to find out about Unazuki's fateful encounter, and she says that she's gone out with a guy, and things went well a few times, but he's never told me he loves me.
But they keep it kind of dirty. Listen, I don't think I was totally out of hand by thinking that you were talking sex.
Yes,
because
you were out of hand when you said it about the child.
I thought she was saying it about the child. But again, Usagi goes, how's it going with that boyfriend? And she goes, I can't talk about it in front of a kid. And she goes, oh, so you're at the place where you can't talk about it in front of a kid, eh?
I mean, yeah, okay, you got me there.
Yeah.
But it's like, the way she talks, she's like, yeah, we've gone out like twice, and he hasn't told me he loves me, and I wear his picture in a locket around my neck, which is a little intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's not my boyfriend. I just wear his face on my person at all times.
She's obsessed with him, apparently.
Yeah, it's, again, concerning is the word for it.
She's an episode full of creeps.
And then Chibiusa says, just because you're a girl doesn't mean you have to wait for a prince on a white horse, which the prince is going to be the white horse, isn't it? I know.
And then again, they go, Usagi goes, have you been reading my books intended for adults again? Which, again, I'm assuming she means like romance novels. But but because like the thing that she said was kind of like self-help advice, part of me was like imagining that she was reading like self-help books, and Chibi's like, "Ooh, this is exciting."
And she's like, "Hey, look, you just need to self-actualize. You need to take this personality test and record it for several people to listen to."
Yes.
And I love the response, which is Unazuki going, "Chibiusa, you're pretty aggressive."
Okay.
Also true.
So from there we cut to she's riding Motoki's sister Unazuki, you said?
Unazuki, yeah.
Unazuki's riding the bus home. I don't know why she doesn't. Well, I was going to say I don't know why she doesn't have her own
She
car.
canonically doesn't have a car.
But exactly, yeah, that is canon.
Yeah, that's canon.
That's for real. That's not headcanon. And Tiger's Eye is on the bus stalking her. Now, let's time for Fashion Corner, Chris.
My notes.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Shannon.
I was gonna say my notes say great value Maxwell Stanton.
You're exactly right. My favorite thing. Okay, he's gonna say this again in a second, but like, when you're following someone, when you're like trying to scope out a situation, you want to be inconspicuous, so you're just gonna wear your largest dangly earrings.
Yes.
You're gonna wear. They're gonna wear a ring on every finger with 2 on the index finger, 3 bracelets, and 4 necklaces.
Look, when else is he gonna wear this statement jewelry?
It's so much jewelry. It's insane. My wife and I both were talking. We had freaked out and focused on his jewelry, but we both noticed different things. She was like, "Oh my god, all those rings," and I was like, "No, those are the giantest earrings I've ever seen on a human being." Well, he's not a human being.
No, they're like huge earrings, and then they have a huge dangly part.
Right. Like the main circle part of the earring is like bigger than a silver dollar, and then they have giant ivory teardrops coming off of them.
Yeah. It's like the jewel on Katsy's forehead.
Yes.
It's huge.
To be fair, these are the same people that dropped a circus tent into the middle of Tokyo and no one noticed, so he might just be like, no one's gonna notice.
And he's right, and I kind of love that. Like,
yeah.
I do genuinely love, based on this episode, that everything they do is like weird circus people, like con artist, like over the top nonsense, right? Like
these guys are carny trash, is what they are.
Yeah. He picks her pocket.
Yep.
He picks her pocket. He steals her wallet so that he can swoop in as the and be like, "Oh, hey, you dropped this," and she's like, "Oh, thank you so much." And then, God, when does he say it? Because at one point, I think it's after he.
Is this later?
Yeah, I think it's later that he says my favorite line of the episode.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
After he it's Chibiusa and Usagi are out walking around at night. It's whatever.
Why are they? What are they doing? Why are they going out?
Just walking home. I think they just hung out with Unazuki until she got off at work.
They're just enjoying the empty streets of Tokyo at night.
Yes, no. This is stupid and important because of how dumb it is. Chibi is literally walking around going, "Wasn't there a forest and a lake here in the middle of Tokyo? Wasn't there a forest here?" And Usagi's like, "No."
Well, to be fair, there is a giant park with a time travel pond.
Maybe she was thinking of the crater from last season.
There you go. She's thinking of that. But I wouldn't describe. Well, I was going to say I wouldn't describe that as a forest. But what's funny about that is they specifically go, "There's not a forest," and then cut back to the scene of Unazuki and Tiger's Eye surrounded by trees.
In the park, yeah.
Yes. So it is a little
in the
silly.
park where, like, at this point, we're fucking 3 full years into this. You got to be like, "Hey, I'm not going to that park." Like, do you remember 2 years ago when like 46 comatose people were found in that park over the span of 6 months?
Yeah.
From there, we cut back to Tiger's Eye and Unazuki, and he is using a whip to remove her backpack, and then is doing like magic tricks. Like he does the whole outfit change magic trick with the little curtain that appears. And I genuinely love this, and we'll get more into that in a second. But my favorite thing is that he says, "Don't worry, I'm no one suspicious."
You're plenty suspicious, is her response, and I love it.
The thing that reminds me of, it's my favorite line in Casino Royale is where Le Chiffre, who is Mads Mikkelsen, he's the villain, is crying blood. And he's playing poker with a guy, and the guy notices it, and he goes, "Oh, don't worry, it's nothing sinister, merely a derangement of the tear duct."
A deranged.
And it's like, that's the creepiest way you could describe the fact that you are crying blood, including the term, "I am crying blood."
Yeah.
And to her credit, Unazuki goes, "You're no one suspicious. You're very suspicious. You are wearing a Kraven the Hunter outfit and attacking me with a whip."
Can we also, I forgot to mention this earlier too. Speaking of his crazy earrings, he's wearing razor blades as earrings now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's part of his default look.
Razor blade earrings. Okay.
That's his step down from the showcase.
Yeah, this is every day.
This is normal, yeah.
So Usagi and Chibiusa show up. They transform, and Unazuki gets bondaged up, like manacled to a coffin-shaped pillar that rises from the earth.
Well, it's
very like knife thrower.
This is also his 1-2-3 attack, which is a thing, as you will soon learn. And yeah, so the first up comes this slab, and it locks her in, and then as we all know,
right,
we all have a mirror that lives in our chest that leads to our dreams.
A big torso-sized magic mirror.
Yeah. It's like the size of your torso, and it just comes out of your torso, and from there, that's how one could observe one's dreams.
You just poke your head in and look around.
Yeah. This is just a thing.
And then Usagi shows up and with Chibiusa, and he refers to them as a couple of pumpkins.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very funny.
Oh, no transformation, though.
No transformation sequence, yeah.
No time for that.
Too much shit to get in this. So then he summons our monster of the week, who is Karakuriko. And I love her.
She's amazing.
She's great.
She's amazing.
Okay, this is the first time in a really long time that we have had a villain, like a monster, who is not only like genuinely creepy and kind of terrifying, but that doesn't look like a person in makeup or a person in a suit, like that you couldn't do on Kamen Rider or Power Rangers, Yeah. She's a weird marionette with no midriff. Yeah. And like her body comes apart and her head turns around. And at one point she starts basically vomiting swords.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's so creepy and so well designed. But
because
it's Sailor Moon
blades that come out of her mouth.
Yeah.
But because it's Sailor Moon and it's Ikuhara, she's still kind of sexy.
Yep.
But with weird
sexy circus monster.
She does have puppet boobs, where they're outlined.
Yeah, exactly. Are they I don't know if she's wood carved boobs or if they're drawn on. It's a little hard to tell, but very weird.
Yeah. So all of her limbs attack separately, and it's actually really creepy because her hands grab Usagi, and then her legs are running down Chibiusa. I really like this entire fight. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
But then before she can stab Usagi with her mouth blade, in comes a rose. This rose is pitched.
It's so weird that that's the only character we have a musical cue for.
Because you love him so much. This rose is pitched harder than any rose has ever been pitched before. It's a fucking rose that comes spinning in and smashes into this girl's face and knocks her aside.
I like that it doesn't stick in her though. The rose part smashes her in the face instead.
And I like his reveal too, because he's doing his full Batman, and he's a shadow at the top of a lamppost that is out, and then the lamppost flickers on, revealing him. It's pretty great.
That's why it took him so long to show up. He had to climb up the whole way.
Yep.
I love that. Okay, Tiger's Eye is wearing dance pants. He's got tiger stripe tights with trunks over it. He's got what looks kind of like a straight jacket, but cut with a scoop neck.
That's weird.
He's got on razor blade earrings, a huge necklace, a headband, and some things on his shoulder, ribbons on his shoulders that are tied under his armpits. And he goes, "What's with that lame Playboy outfit?" And Tuxedo Mask, whose hat is so huge.
Oh yeah.
In the scene goes, "Quiet, you're in no position to judge me." Which is the realest memory has been since he was riding the train at the amusement park.
Then he says, "I am the rose that slashes evil," which is a fun line.
He's really been working on his intro.
It's a fun line, but it's that doesn't actually mean anything, dude. Roses are not known for slashing. That's not a thing. We know that you are a guy who throws roses, so we can roll with you on this, but come on. You could do better than this.
And then he gets in the Whip versus Kane fight, and he ends up disarming Tiger's Eye, but the whip wraps around a tree that Tuxedo Mask's shadow is on and holds his shadow in place so that Tuxedo Mask himself can't move. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's I loved that because it's weird magic shit.
Yeah. It's way fun.
Meanwhile, Chibi is about to be crushed by this marionette's thighs.
Accurate.
So Tiger's Eye wanders over to Unazuki, and grabs hold of that mirror and just pokes his head into it to look in her dreams like you do. And I love that he's like turning it all weird. And I love that it's like, again, this is the kind of thing that you couldn't do with like suit actors, but it also looks like a magic trick, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
That he's like sticking his head in there and it's vanishing.
Yeah. So he goes, all right, that's a beautiful dream you've got there. The guy I'm looking for is not hiding in there. So I have to kill you so that when I do find what dream he's hiding in, he can't run away and then re-hide in your dream.
In your beautiful dream.
Yeah. Like, okay, that follows.
Yeah. So then the monster is going to kill everybody.
The part where
Chibi's just
her
like,
hand comes out of her
torso.
is weird.
I love it.
It's so
I love that
freaking
so
looking.
much.
It's great.
oh yeah, it's so creepy. I like, again, I think this is like, I hope the rest of the monsters in this season like at least come close to this, because this is a super well designed but super creepy monster.
They kind of range. Some of them get really weird and kind of stupid. Well, that's
it's
just Sailor Moon.
Still Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
So Chibi's like, oh my god, we're gonna die. Please, someone, come protect us. And I guess God himself comes out of the sky.
No.
Horse god.
As the shepherds watch their flocks by night, an angel of the Lord appears and says, fear not.
No, but it's equally Deus Ex Machina. Basically, Pegasus appears and just goes, oh, you guys are Super Sailor Moon now.
You know this show about female superheroes? You know what would be great? If they cried for help and a dude showed up and saved them.
But what if the dude was a horse?
It's a horseman. I mean, look, to be fair, Shannon,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. That does frequently happen throughout the show. Now, Sailor Moon, my work here is done. So yes, not only do we get Super Sailor Moon, we get Super Chibi Moon. And I love Tuxedo Mask's reaction to this, just in case you don't get it. He goes, he turned the two of them into Super Sailor Moons?
So then she gets this new wand that sort of looks like halfway between a wand and a sword.
Oh, I love it.
And then she does a move, but it doesn't have a name, or if it does, they haven't given it yet. It's just like this, I'm holding it, and then I thrust it, and then a laser blast shoots out of it.
My favorite part is that Chibiusa's just like holding it onto her shoulders, be like, I'm here for moral support.
Yep. I support you in this action.
Well, because it looks almost like she's pulling it back like an arrow, but yeah, she just like thrusts it forward and laser blasts the monster.
And the monster yells.
The new catchphrase, everybody. New catchphrase for the monster. Stage out.
What the fuck does that mean?
That is not a thing.
Yeah, that is not a
Well, because they're like performers, so they're getting off stage.
Exit stage left or something. Stage out does not.
Oh, I like it.
Okay.
Stage. No, I like it. It's just not a thing.
It definitely isn't, but they're trying.
And then, in another amazing moment, Tiger's Eyes just looks at this and goes, that's not good, and then backflips into another dimension. He's out. It's great. He's stage out.
So then everything turns back to normal, and then Tuxedo Mask looks at the Pegasus and goes, what is that? And it's like, what, have you never seen a trapper keeper? Like, come on, it's a fucking Pegasus.
I think it's still a little different to see like a Lisa Frank drawing and then look up and it's standing there in front of you.
I mean, it would be, but like then
Yeah,
he looks over and sees his superhero girlfriend and their daughter from the future.
Yeah, that's true. It's still not like a Pegasus though. That's like a mythical creature.
Sure.
I feel like they haven't established that yet, so like this is the first time that's happened.
So they unsuper, and then Chibi gets a whisper in her mind saying not to tell anyone that she's met the horse before.
Creepy.
And then she lies to her mother about knowing the horse. She says she doesn't know.
Creepy.
Hey, little girl, lie to your mom about that time we met.
Always something that you want to hear. And that's the end of the episode. Like, that's it.
There's a new end song, but I don't like it as much because it's a Chibi ending song. Like, she gets to be the ending. The song is fine. The song is a good song. It's not as good as some of the other ones. But
It's no maiden's policy. That's for damn sure.
It's what is the What is the English phrase they say there? I always forget. Baby, baby love. Baby, baby love.
Baby, baby love, yeah. All right, so that brings us to the end of this. So Jordan, maybe you can do a cover of this one. Maybe you'll learn to like it more.
Listen,
now that we have that.
Again, the song isn't a bad song. It's just I don't like that the entire ending sequence is focused on Chibi dreaming of a fucking horse.
Get used to it.
I know.
So yeah, that's the end of the episode, and that means it's time for us to talk about what we learned. It's time for Sailor Business Says. Shannon, what did you learn from this episode?
I learned that if you're gonna stalk someone, be sure to wear your best statement pieces.
Yep, it's good advice.
Okay, Jordan, what did you learn?
I learned sometimes, you can't just wait around for a man. You have to settle for a horse. Wasn't that what the advice she gave? It was something like that. Chris, what did you learn, Chris?
I learned something very similar to Shannon Manor. I learned that Coco Chanel was bullshit. When you're getting ready to leave the house, look at yourself in the mirror and put 6 things on. So yeah, that was episode 128, Meeting of Destiny, The Night Pegasus Dances. I fucking loved it. This is my favorite episode in a long time. It's weird. It moves super fast. The monster is great. The new villains seem really cool. All the chibi stuff is actually really fun. Like, there's so much horse in it, but we can't really get around that one. I thought this episode's great. I think it is. I really, despite what you're saying, Shannon, it's giving me very high hopes for Supers.
Yeah, that's cool. This is a good episode, but I don't know. Supers just disappoints me, and I'm gonna be the odd man out. That I'm not a big fan of the Amazon trio. Everything they do kind of creeps me out in a way that I didn't want in Sailor Moon. I don't know, just everything about that Tiger's Eye does just feels predatory and not in a fun way.
Oh, he's super predatory.
Oh yeah, no, he's a super creep. But I mean, he's the bad guy, and I think he can get a little bit of leeway. I actually don't think he's as bad as Nephrite.
Yeah, I don't like Nephrite either.
Who is legitimately hellbent on seducing a 14-year-old.
Didn't he redeem himself?
I don't like him
no,
either.
Right? Did we feel like he did redeem himself or no? I can't remember.
I mean, the show certainly felt like he did, but I don't think I did.
Okay.
So Shannon, any additional thoughts on the episode?
No, I like this episode. It is fun. I think just all the problems I have with Super S are just where all the stuff that kind of creeps me out stays there for the whole season, where I'm just And I just also hate Pegasus.
Take a look at the link I just sent you guys a little bit ago.
Oh, the shirt.
Yeah, you can get a shirt of the Amazon Trio symbol, which I like.
I really do like that
cool
logo.
Yeah.
Because it appears on all the stuff when he's summoning the magic props, his magic show props that he's got. Jordan, any thoughts?
Yeah, it's off to a fun start. The bad guys are creepy. I like though that they're how creepy they are. So I'm enjoying it so far, and I going in knowing that it's so much chibi is a little bit but what are you gonna do?
I think it's a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm really excited about it because the thing is, you want the new challenge to be interesting, and I think the fact that they it's very interesting, but I also like the fact that they lose the Holy Grail, so Usagi, at least as far as we know, loses the ability to turn into Super Sailor Moon without all the Sailor Saturn stuff that's going on at the end of the last season. But now something is happening that can do it again, and I'm curious to see why, or if it's explained, or whatever is going to happen. I think it's pretty fun.
Why? Wait. Why what?
Why Pegasus can turn her into Super Sailor Moon?
Oh, I mean, I don't remember, but my guess is just because he's bullshit powerful, and he just goes, "Hey, you're Super Sailor Moon now. Don't worry about it." But we'll find out.
Shannon, thank you so much for joining us. Before we get out of here, can you tell everyone where they can find you online? Should you